masters of horror.
Welcome to the Scariest Things Podcast, your gateway to the trends and tropes of the horror genre. This is Spooky Time, number 12.
Yes, trends and tropes.
Trends and tropes.
Tropes.
And who are we?
And
That's
who are
Robert
we?
Zillbauer.
I am Robert Zillbauer, and over in New Orleans we have...
Liz Williams. And in Portland, we have...
Mike Campbell.
Okay.
And Eric Lee.
Actually, I'm this way on my screen.
They're all
The
like this way
Zoom,
on
the
my
Zoom,
screen.
it's very,
The Zoom,
the whole
yeah.
Brady Bunch
We're
thing.
the Brady
yeah.
Bunch. We're the Brady Bunch.
I think we've all got different kinds of
Everybody
things.
has
So
different
we've had a little bit of
traits.
a break.
Yeah. But
And
we're
Yeah.
back.
time to sit and stew about new stuff because it's been a very, actually, fairly eventful set of weeks of horror movies coming out.
Holy
Yeah,
God.
true.
Has it
Yeah.
ever?
So lots of interesting stuff. I guess so has everybody seen, raise your hand if you've seen Renfield? How about Evil Dead Rise? Okay, so
we're
the
50-50.
festival lights. So, yeah,
Working on
I
it.
actually knew that Mike was saying
Working
that,
on it.
that you're gonna want to try and catch it. It is fortunately I think it'll be in the theaters for a while longer because it's making good box office. Renfield
Big
not so
box
much.
office. I
Renfield-
I'm trapped in a
Renfield
to-be
has
dungeon
no-
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I'm
a good
trapped
place
in a
to be.
to-be dungeon of my own making.
that's
That's
right.
true.
It's your
It's your own
choice. You picked Space Shark over Evil Dead Rise or
Evil Dead
whatever.
Rise.
the movie.
Sharkula,
Okay.
to be clear.
Okay, so that
Sharkula.
one's taken. We can't take
Yeah,
Sharkula.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
right.
Taken.
Well, if we're going to talk about stuff that's been coming out and is coming out, I'm kicking
Yeah.
it off then because
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
do it,
doing
do it.
Hey, go for it.
first ever Spooky Time live review
Ooh.
of the movie called Sisu. It is a Finnish action
Oh,
horror
yeah.
adjacent
Yeah.
movie that I caught at
Mhm.
Panic Fest, but it is going to be released to the masses on Friday, April 28th. So Sisu is the Finnish word. It doesn't have a direct English translation, but it's a Finnish concept described as stoic determination, tenacity of purpose, grit, bravery, resilience, and hardiness.
If I was to guess, it would be for fucking up Nazis.
Fucking up Nazis. So
That's what
is
Sisu
a movie.
translates to.
Yeah, pretty much. Written and directed by Jalmari Hellander, who brought us Rare Exports that we all love.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah,
it
yeah.
stars,
Yay.
Jorma Tomila as Atami. And Atami is a guy who lives in the north of Finland, and he is a prospector. He's looking for gold, and he finds gold. And he's got his gold in a sack. And just when he's going home with all his gold, the Nazis are coming through Finland, I guess, leaving Russia.
Migrating.
Migrating
Nazis?
through
Okay,
Finland.
sure.
And
As they do.
they see the gold and they want the gold. So what ensues is an hour and a half divided into chapters with titles like Kill 'Em All, of the Nazis trying to get the gold from this guy who is the stuff of Finnish legend. He is a soldier who has survived all these wars that I didn't even know Finland was involved in that many wars. But he is tough as nails, and it is bloody, disgusting, a little bit comedic, and pretty crazy. However, I think I'm on the minority here because I was a little bit bored by some of it because
Oh.
we've been getting so many hardcore, bloody, crazy movies, such as Talk to Me, which not the world has seen yet, Evil
Yep.
Dead. So while this had a lot of crazy gore, it was almost a little bit of slapstick comedy. but
Mhm.
I enjoyed it. I would give it a 3.5. I know that Joseph will rate it higher and said it will already be on his best of list at the end of the year. But I also think this is a dude's movie. Like
Okay.
Wayne was like, World War II, check. Killing Nazis, check. So this is like a guy's movie. But I got to screen it as part of Panic Fest, and they had a stellar lineup again this year. They had Renfield, they had Joe Lynch coming in and doing some secret screenings. And I have already reviewed 3 films on the website, and one of them is I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars for a film called Beaten to Death. It's another
Oh, yeah.
Australian property. And
Right.
More
spoiler
ultraviolence.
alert, someone gets beaten to death, actually more than one person. And it's way bloodier than Sisu. And then I also got to catch a really cool movie called Blue Hour, The Disappearance of Nick Brandreth. That was a kind of a mockumentary true crime style that was a really cool kind of culty film. And then I also caught Invoking Yell, which was about a group of Chilean girls in a death metal band who go out to a haunted woods to film their video and record the spirits in the forest, of course, for their album, and like death metal mayhem ensues. So
sounds like a Mike Campbell movie.
yeah,
It does.
it's definitely heavy metal and horror, and it was very cool, and it was from Chile, so don't see a lot of Chilean films, especially about death metal.
Did you see Black Mold? Which
I have not seen Black Mold, but I've heard amazing things, and I have a feeling you'll be catching it at the Portland Horror Film Festival.
Sweet,
Yeah,
because that one best in show.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, it did.
Spoiler alert. Festival spoiler alert.
I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna say with pretty good confidence that the Portland audience will be able to catch that. So
right on.
Props to Panic Fest. Check out Sisu. It's definitely worth seeing. It's really gorgeous. I mean, you're in the Finnish like wilderness. The scenery is fantastic. The acting is great. I mean, our main character only speaks like one line, and that's in the last 45 seconds of the movie. But people get exploded, body parts are flying, blood is everywhere. And you're killing Nazis. Who doesn't like?
As long as Nazis get their
Nazis?
comeuppance, I'm in.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
That's right.
They
Yeah.
do. So that's it. Sisu, Panic Fest. Panic Fest had another great year.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Who's taking it up next?
Thumbs up to Panic Fest.
Yeah.
Thumbs down to Nazis.
Okay.
100%.
Well, I can go next.
All right, what you got, Eric?
So we have a new sponsor or a skit partner, and it is they do things like this. This is Rumble from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's awesome.
And he comes with a guy trapped in cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Lord.
Courtesy of Toink, who is having actually they're doing a big promotion. They've got a bunch of the killer clowns. So this is Jumbo. They also have like the big headed guy with the sharp teeth and all that. I know that we're going to be getting fairly soon here. We've gotten some information from Toink. Hello, thank you for contacting us and sending me Jumbo, who's super cool.
That's big. Cool. That's a big.
And
it's a lot bigger than I thought.
Having a giveaway for the for Killer Clowns, the Killer Clown Stalls. They do a lot of horror themed stuff, and certainly this is sort of deep in the bag of semi-obscure horror stuff, and it's really well made. I mean, I'm a stuffy guy, right? So
and he's pretty cute.
I mean, he's totally
only
cute.
A mother could love.
So, and then he will kill you in your sleep.
Yeah,
because that's what clowns do. So he stays downstairs because I sleep upstairs. So he'll have to hike upstairs.
He's in a lockbox downstairs. Yeah.
Eric, for the folks listening, how do you spell the new sponsor?
Toynk.
Toynk. Okay. Toynk.com.
Yeah. Toynk.
Okay.
And
toynk.com.
Again, we've got some banners that are going to get ready to go, so you'll be able to see their promo stuff up on our site. And we encourage you to go take a look at them because they got cool stuff.
All right.
The other thing that I, in more kind of shilling is I wanted to remind everybody that on August the 15th, 2023 is the registration date to nominate films to the National Film Preservation Board. And
Ooh.
Fangoria is doing a push for
I
people
saw
to
that.
nominate Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I would like to do a nomination push for The Thing, the 1982 version of The
yeah.
Thing, because the 1951 Thing is already on the National Registry.
Not Killer
So-
Clowns.
Not
Well,
zombie.
Killer Clowns is next.
Okay, I thought that was the logical
Yeah.
tie-in.
It's the through line that everybody sort of expects, right? The Thing, then Killer Clowns.
Yeah. of course.
But anyways, the most of your sort of first A tier horror films are on the registry: Shining, Exorcist, Night of the Living Dead. I'm sure Mike might want to make a pitch for Dawn of the Dead. Liz, I don't know if Martyrs would count because it's not an
It's
American
French.
film.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
French
So-
and Canadian.
So what does putting a thing together entail? I mean, do you have to get signatures, or how does this work?
No, I think what you do.
It's all online, but
there's
it is
if you go to the Library of Congress, there's
It's all
actually
online. Yeah, there's a whole-
loc.gov programs, National Film Preservation Board Film Registry, nominate. It's actually a fairly quick passage to get there, but what I'm going to do is I'm also going to post this on the website to encourage people to vote early and vote often if you can.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
So if a whole bunch of
anyways,
people vote for one thing, then it might get on the list.
That's
One
right.
thing,
That's
the
right.
Got
thing.
And so that is currently that, and so Fangoria is feeling that. I'm also going to do a pitch for Texas Chainsaw. So
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah.
it deserves to be there.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so that's my shilling for the horror.
I like
Nice.
Robert, what have you got?
I am gonna do some more free advertising for a company that doesn't do anything for us. But is still very cool.
Yet.
And this time,
Yet.
mostly because I don't have the concentration or drive to make a movie for myself, so I like to supply other people with the things they need to make movies so that I can watch them. And this time we'll go with someone that's in the UK for all of our tens of UK listeners
And
out
Chris
there.
Cleveland.
Yeah,
Ten-
Chris.
Exactly.
Thousands, tens of thousands,
Tens of
right?
Tens of
Thousands.
thousands.
Yeah. I hear that.
This is an online store run by a gal that used to work for like 12 years in the prosthetic makeup industry for TV and film.
Oh.
And she's running this thing now. JessFX is her company.
JessFX.
JessFX store is the actual name of the site, .co.uk for the UK site. And she does a whole bunch of molds and masks and all
Huh.
this special effects stuff that you could
Hey.
then
Oh,
take and
this
just
is
use
cool.
for yourself. So for Halloween or for a movie. And there's a ton of things out there. I initially found her Etsy store,
Yes.
which is where people need to go for international purchases. The UK site that she's got, justfxstore.co.uk, is brand new, and it's just for the UK people.
Has she supplied any stuff to known horror films?
I don't know. I didn't see
Okay.
any like a resume. I was hoping to see and I've worked
28
on.
days later, it would
da-da-da-da-da.
be something cool or something like that.
Yeah.
Because of
This
UK.
stuff is
Yeah.
cool though. I just checked out her Etsy store. This looks legit.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's like going through a coroner's like memory book. I mean,
Wow.
her site is
Start-
like gruesome.
Get ready for Halloween.
Yeah.
Get your stuff.
Cool thing about her site is she's also got she's got some how-to guides in PDF form that you can pick up, and she's got a little YouTube site which has like 4 or 5 videos that show you like the basics on how to like start using some of her stuff.
Cool.
So it's not just a straight up, it's a little educational on how to use the things as opposed to just trying to sell them to you. So,
And
but it's cool.
speaking
It's
of,
cool just to even just go check it out.
28 days later, 28 months later is now in the works. So stay
Oh,
tuned.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
I mean, I wonder how many people are left. That's the question.
Killian Murphy's there, and Danny
There you go.
Boyle's stepping back in the
Yeah.
director's seat. So
Okay.
Oh.
that's all we need
Well,
to know.
we didn't get. Did we get Killian Murphy in 28 weeks? I don't think we did.
Remember, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
Right.
But her stuff looks really cool. Definitely check out that Etsy.
JessFX.
JessFX.
Jess
All right.
FX, good one.
We're gonna have to let's get a post on the site to show
Heck
show
yeah.
the folks what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. What you
All
got,
right.
Mike?
Speaking of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I am talking about a film that you have never heard of, about a film that you have never seen.
Okay.
I guarantee,
Awesome.
I guarantee you have not seen this film. So the documentary I saw came out this past fall. It's called All American Massacre, the Lost Texas Chainsaw Film. The documentary is not particularly remarkable. It's it's a pretty low budget affair, but it is about a direct sequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Okay.
Which of course featured Bill Moseley as Chop Top Moseley, who reprises his role allegedly like 20 years later in this film that was made by William Hooper, Tobe Hooper's son. So Tobe Hooper's son got full blessing from the dad, from Bill Moseley. He got Buckethead, to record the soundtrack for the film and appear as Leatherface in the film. They shot the whole film. They began the marketing for it, and no studio picked it up, and it was never to be seen again. True story.
Wow.
Someone's got it
So
somewhere.
the crazy thing was, huge portions of the film were found in a storage facility. It ended up sort of magically on eBay. Somebody bought it.
Is
in
that somebody you?
2013. And so yeah, it's like a Texas Chainsaw mystery.
Ooh, I like it.
But the really crazy thing was, so over the years, Tobe Hooper's son has like dribbled out like little pieces and parts. He's put together websites. He's put together like GoFundMe type campaigns. The websites get taken down. The GoFundMe campaigns get taken down. In 2018, they put up another website. That website was down. A bootleg copy is allegedly rumored to exist, but again, no one has seen it, and there is no confirmation of it.
Everyone except for Mike
Campbell.
Campbell.
Yeah, it's like this is
except
going to be the
this guy
scariest
knows.
things first
He
feature
knows,
film.
yeah.
Mike Campbell
He's
looking
gonna
for the
find it.
missing
He is
movie.
going to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the documentary actually has lots of clips of Bill Moseley talking about his role as Chop Top Moseley. There's clips from other people that were in the film. So, like, they said, yeah, we spent however many weeks. It was like
So
3
they
weeks
made
we
the
were
whole
shooting.
film.
That's
They
crazy.
made the whole film. They edited the whole film. Never before seen.
So what happens to the sites that get taken down? Is that for copyright infringement or something? Or
they were pretty vague on that point. My guess is that if you go over to archive.org and go into the Wayback Machine, you can probably find them. And you can probably they did talk lightly about the fact that one of the sites was running off of Flash, and of course Flash doesn't really exist anymore, so you can't really look at any of the content on the site. But yeah, so if you get a hankering for a little bit of Texas Chainsaw that you've never heard of or never seen, jump on over to Tubi and watch In Search of the All American Massacre, the Lost Texas Chainsaw Film, a direct sequel to Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2.
Tubi again, delivering the goods.
Yeah.
So
yes,
for now, I will admit that I haven't gotten past Texas Chainsaw 2 in the annals. I did. I saw the remake, a couple of the remakes, but
for sure.
Like, did they just marched on to 3, and what is the count of the complete through line? Where are we at sequel wise, not including reboots that restart the process?
In
the Chainsaw
10-ish,
franchise.
9-ish,
Oh, really?
10-ish,
Are we that
something like
far?
that. Yeah.
Oh wow, I did not know
Okay,
that.
I did not.
Yeah,
either.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And if you include this
I
one,
mean, because they did one of them like one that was just called Leatherface, and that was a prequel, right?
that correct. That was a
And then they
prequel.
did,
Yep.
and then they've had, yeah. But I've just sort of lost, because after there was that really dismal, dreary one that there was like you can't see anything. It wasn't scary. It was like, oh man. And that just ruined the franchise for me. And I just
I
like, no
think you're
more.
referring
I'm
to
not
Texas
until
Chainsaw
word comes out that they're going to do an honest to goodness reboot.
3D. Yeah. And
If
obviously
Buckethead is playing Leatherface, he takes off
Yeah.
the bucket and puts on the face,
yeah.
someone's face,
Yeah.
the colonel's
Yeah.
face,
Or he's just got, or he carves a smiley thing into like a plastic bucket.
into the bucket.
Yeah.
Doesn't Buckethead actually perform with a bucket on his head?
Yes,
a,
like a fried chicken
Kentucky
bucket.
Fried Chicken bucket. And he
So
has
maybe
for
wears
the
the
better part
Colonel's
of
face.
30 years,
Wow.
up to and including
I hope
his
it's not the
stints-
same bucket every
God,
time.
stints
old.
with Guns N' Roses. He was wearing the bucket.
It was a little salty.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
All right. I'll get us out of here with a quote from Bill Chop Top Mosley. Peel that pig and slice him thick.
And then put it into a chicken bucket and put it on your head.
Chicken bucket. Oy, oy, oy.
The Masters of Horror.